Okay, on to the fourth question. This will be read by Len Carlman, and this question is directed to Commissioner Macker, Commissioner Candidate Gill, Commissioner Candidate Davis, and Commissioner Candidate Ebser.
Thank you. Did everybody get one of these things when you came in, the white paper? I feel like a pastor in a church. Would you please open your hymnal to page 13? Pages 13 and 14 have really good material on them. I particularly want you to look at the map on page 13. Page 14, you need a magnifying glass to read it. Sorry about that. But that map really sets the stage for this question. And here's further stage setting. Local citizens now have recreational access to an exceptional series of riparian tracts of land along the Snake River between Moose and South Park Landing. Many people value this access. Many people treasure the natural resource vitality of these remarkable parcels of public land. The future of the ownership and management of these parcels of land is a current topic of interest and action. There is anticipated federal legislation to transfer title to about 940 acres on about 20 diverse parcels of federal BLM Snake River riparian land between Moose, Wyoming and South Park Landing boat access site to ownership and management by the government of Teton County, Wyoming. For many years, including this year, the BLM has made it very clear they do not have the administrative capacity to manage these parcels. The BLM wants to divest them out of their portfolio. I would also draw your attention and the candidate's attention to this document here, which we didn't provide you in advance because it's too big and it's too long, and it wasn't fair to ask you to read this plus the white paper. But this is a really good instrument. It's dated February 2008. It's called the Snake River Corridor Management Ownership Transfer Plan. On its tail end, there's a memorandum of understanding that was signed in 2008 by the BLM, Teton County, the Game and Fish Department, the Forest Service, the Land Trust, and the Snake River Fund. This sets out a good assessment of each of these different parcels of land. So it's a resource available to you.
Thanks, Lynn. So the question for you is, would you take a leadership role in partnership with Wyoming's federal congressional delegation in crafting and shepherding an article of federal legislation that would transfer approximately 940 acres of BLM riparian land to Teton County ownership? Commissioner Macker?
Thank you. I think the shortest way to answer it is yes, if we want to get into the nitty-gritty of how the commission works, whether it would be me or another commissioner participating in that, I would be supportive of it. We each take areas of responsibility, and I think it's important for the person with the most knowledge and the closest to it to be able to represent what the county's position is. We have reached out to Senator Barrasso's office to figure out our path forward. I've been involved with the Snake River Management Plan since before I was on the commission, when I was on the Parks and Rec Advisory Board, and I think that project provides us a good framework for how, once we have these parcels transferred, we might look at creating what type of access we want to have. And I think it's an interesting piece because I think the community was really concerned about what that meant in terms of access to the river, and now that we have unfolded it and are working through in an adaptive management way to put it in place for access to the Snake River, I am impressed with our Parks and Rec department and credit a lot of our partnerships in getting that up and running and all of the users of the river. So yes, I think we are aware that it will be perhaps a long process because federal legislation can sometimes take a while. But I think we are excited and eager at the county to move forward with this because it has, as Len said, been underway for a while. And there are some really beautiful parcels. I had the chance to visit some of them and see what might be coming under our ownership, and that is an exciting piece for us, but yet another area where we will have to make careful stewardship decisions.
Thank you. Nikki Gill?
Again, simple answer is yes. I think the BLM really wants to transfer this property to the county, and they think that we'd be good stewards, and I agree. I think the county would do a great job of managing it. BLM is a little tight on, resources, being able to manage this, and we have a lot of resources here in Teton County. I think our county's recreation budget is limited, so I think it would be really smart to look into partnerships. I think a group such as the Snake River Fund or any other groups that come forward would be great partners to help with education, management of the BLM turned county lands. Our community benefits a lot from these pieces of land, and I would like to see them, used in the way that the BLM wants it, and the way that we've been using it. I think they've served us really well. There's a lot of ag users that use it for grazing, and as someone who's in ag and ranching, they're very valuable to us, and they're very valuable to the community as a whole. So I think it would be great to have these in the hands of the county and the management of our community.
Thank you. Trey Davis.
I also believe that turning the management over to the county would be great. I know the county so far has worked with, I believe, the Snake River Fund to try and manage or take over management, some from the BLM of the parcels along the Snake River. I think asking the experts, if elected to the commission, asking the experts the best way to manage is the first step. I don't have all the answers on trying to manage a parcel on the Snake River. I know how I would manage it, but probably other people would manage it a different way. So back to what I said earlier, listening to what the experts say and trying to figure out the best way to do it is the way to go. The county can get input from anybody from these experts to their own experts who work at the county. Excuse me, I've been sick for a couple days. And you as well. Thank you.
You're doing great. Thank you so much. Greg Everett.
Yes, I would love to be part of this movement, and actually I think we should move on it and push our federal electeds a little harder with the current state of pushing federal public lands into the hands of the state. I would be in fear potentially of the BLM also looking toward the state to alleviate themselves of this responsibility. So as a Teton County Commissioner, or the entire board, I would like to really push to make this happen quickly so that we as a county can maintain control of these pieces of land. I would hate to see them fall into the hands of the state, they sell them off to private users, and then we lose access. So let's just make it happen.
Thank you. Len, I'm going to catch you up. I have been remiss